in the movies, they went out and say, my sister straight up said,
hey, what's up everybody? It's your girl Jayla back at it again with another story time. And as by the title, you can tell that this is about the time my sister let me get hit by a car. She just let me get hit by a car. Okay, so so this happened in Alton, Illinois before I moved to the dirty D, and and I was in the 3rd grade. So what happened was, I will never forget that I was having a bad day already because my mother had forgot to wash my clothes, and I don't think I was dressing myself yet for real. Like for real dressing myself. Cause what do you like, 8 or something? I don't know. I forgot. But I think my mom used to pick out my clothes for me every night. And so I had to wear my sister's clothes, who's 3 years older than me. So she was bigger than me at the time. So I had to put on the pants or whatever. They were way too big, but I had on my own shirt and my own shoes or whatever. So it was also kind of rainy-ish that day, and because it was May, so you know, what is it? Isn't it supposed to be? Is it April showers brings May flowers? But okay, so it was rainy that day or whatever, and we had made some friends to walk on the way to school with, and their names was Savannah, Shamika, and Shanita. And I was always the youngest or whatever. And Savannah didn't walk to school though. She was white, you know. She got that privilege. No, I'm playing. But she had younger siblings, so like toddler siblings so the mother used to all drive them to school because she didn't want them to walk or whatever. Me and the youngest, which I think was Shanita, or was it Shamika? I don't know. The youngest and me used to walk against her older sister and my older sister across the street and see who could get to school faster. But one of the girls, the girl that I usually walk with, was mad that morning. So she was walking way too fast for me. I was too short and I was younger than her, and I was just trying to keep up, but I couldn't. So I just started walking alone, and it started raining. And I was walking, and all of a sudden it started flash. Is it flash flooding or flash raining? Well, whichever one it is, when it starts raining really hard where you cannot see out of nowhere, then that's what it was doing. I think that's called a flash flood. But so it just starts raining extremely hard, you guys. And my sister, being the older sister or whatever, she didn't want me walking on the side of the street alone, of course, especially in the rain. So my sister tells me to cross the street, and I was like no at first or whatever, because you know, like, I'm a kid, I kind of didn't want to cross the street alone by myself or whatever. And my sister's just like, cross the street, you know. And so I do what my sister says, and I go ahead and I start crossing the street. And I was walking in the street or whatever, and it wasn't such a big street. Well, like, it actually was a big street, because like we lived like on top of a hill. So I don't know. And then so my sister's yelling across the street or whatever, and I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking, and all of a sudden I see this, and then I see this. And then, like, you ever seen like those scared straight videos or whatever, or like those pictures when it be like, at this moment so and so realized they messed up. Well, at that moment Jayla realized she messed up. So like, I knew something was wrong, but everything, I know it sounded like it happened slow, but it was just like everything just happened so fast, bro. All I see is, and then bam. And like, you know how it feels like time freezes for a second, and it's like, I looked, and it was like, I was like, what? Or whatever, like, because I didn't understand why they was doing that. And all of a sudden, boom. And I just got hit by the car. No, oh no, I'm lying. I saw this. I looked at them. I turned this way, saw some headlights, and then, bam, got hit by the car. And, sorry, y'all. I was kind of, sorry. like some cool effects though. Okay, so I remember sliding on top of the car, and I think because she hit her brakes or something, then that's when I flew off the car. And there's like a split second that I don't remember, because I'm guessing I might have passed out for a second or blacked out real quick, but I know I was right back. And I just remember I looked up or whatever, and I was on the ground. Okay, y'all, this is the embarrassing part. Okay, so I look up, right, and my pants are off, and everybody talks about, usually people's shoes get knocked off, but hey, my pants got knocked off. Oh well. And I think I might have been more embarrassed if I was like 18 as I am now, and then I probably would have been a little bit more embarrassed. But I was a kid, so it's just like, oh, the kid or whatever. So my pants got knocked off, and I remember pulling my pants up and standing up, and nothing was wrong with me, y'all. All that happened was my knees were busted. And I remember this white lady that had worked in my school, and because you guys, when I'm telling you my school was down the street, my school was down the street, and I was about 10 steps away from a crosswalk when I got hit too, in the crossing guard and everything. Just like 10 steps away, literally. Like I was almost right there at school when I got hit. So the lady runs out, and this is a little bit of a racist moment right here, because I'm in Alton, Illinois. Look up the population of Alton, Illinois, and look up the different ethnicities. It's not that many black people at all. Like, I was cool with all the black people in my school, because it was only about 5 of us, and one of them was my sister. The other 2 walked with us in the morning. Oh, and then one of them did not like me, because nothing. One of them did not like me, and then I think these 2 are friends. Oh, I had a class with the other one. Yeah. Oh, my bad. It was 6, because I forgot my girl Tootie, and her little sister 7. So it was 7 of us. So the white lady comes, and she running up to me, and she's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm just crying that I want my mom or whatever. I was like, I just want my mom. Where's my mom at? I just want my mom. And she was like, "What school do you go to?" And I was like, "I go to school right here." And it was I went to East Elementary in Alton, Illinois, and it was I think it was like a West Elementary, North Elementary, like it was like different, locations. And I think most of the black kids might have went to West, but I went to East, and me and my sister went to East, because I remember knowing some girls in my apartment building that went to West. So she kept asking me if I went to West Elementary, and I was like, "No, I go to East." And I was like, "My school is right there. It's right there." And she kept asking me what school did I go to, because I guess I wasn't supposed to be going to her school, huh? But guess what? I was there. So then she finally listens to me and was like, "Oh, you go to school right there." And the police had already been called and everything. And I remember I was sitting in the office or whatever, and no, I remember the ambulance and stuff came, and they were like checking me out and everything, and was trying to see if I was okay, and they was fixing my knees up, putting band-aids on them and stuff. And I remember going to sit in the office, and they was trying to find my parents and everything. That's what was sad, y'all. My parents was asleep, so they wouldn't answer the phone. And black people do not answer phone numbers that they don't know who it is. So my parents were not answering the phone. And so the police had to eventually go to the house or whatever and knock on the door. And my dad finally woke up, and he hurried up and he rushed to the school. And I was okay and everything, which was a miracle. Thank God, And I also remember, okay, y'all. So in my school, of course, when you're a kid and you go to school, you usually enjoy school, because like you guys have so many activities. Like when you're real little, like you got recess to look forward to. In my school, we had Fun Friday, and that's right, I got hit by a car on a Friday, because I remember it was Fun Friday and everything. And they asked me, my dad said, "Do you want to go home?" And I said, "No, Dad, it's Fun Friday. We having cupcakes today in class." And I remember all the little paramedics and the principals and stuff, they just started laughing at me. But I was for real. And I remember my mom used to pack me snacks in my backpack, me and my sister. So we'd always wake up to a new snack. And I remember that night before, she had packed some brownies in my backpack, so I was so excited to get to school and eat those brownies. And I remember one of the first thoughts after like I was done crying and stuff was, my brownie probably messed up. I was like, oh, my brownie's messed up or whatever. And and then what else happened? Oh, then I guess when you have an incident happen or whatever, like thank God I haven't had to be in any more incidents like that. But the paramedics, they have to write your name down. And I remember it was a firefighter and he came to me or whatever. And he was like, what's your name? And I said, Jayla. And he said, your name is Jayla? And I remember it was a white older guy. He had to be like probably in his 40s. I'm sorry, y'all. So he says, is your name Jayla? No, okay, my bad. He says, what is your name? And I was like, Jayla. And he said, your name is Jayla? And I was like, yeah. He said, wow, we had a girl named Jayla Green die last week. And I was like, I just, it was like that moment of awe, like when you kind of just look at each other. And he was like, you're a very lucky girl. And I remember the same lady who kept asking me if I went to West Elementary, was like, you had the angels watching you or something like that, or God had something planned for you or something like that, she said to me. Because, I mean, to walk out of a car accident at that young of an age, just get some scrapes on your knees, and that's amazing right there. And I remember the lady who hit me, she was crying or whatever, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't see her, it was raining, I tried to stop. Yeah, you try to stop after you hit somebody. Yeah, you try to stop, you do. And so I remember that, and I remember going to class and everybody being like, are you okay? And my teacher was being like real nice to me. And I remember asking my teacher, I kept going back to the nurse that day too, because I didn't want to be in class and I knew they was going to let me go. So I kept going back to the nurse and whatever. And I remember one time I went to her and I asked her if she had a safety pin or something, because my pants kept falling down. And she just gave me some string, I think, to tie around my pants so they could stay up. And then I remember as soon as I got that cupcake on Front Friday, I was like, oh, I'm ready to go home. And they called my parents or whatever, and my dad came up there to pick me up. And he picked my sister up too. And I remember we got home, my mom was kissing me, and she was like, are you alright, baby? And all of this stuff. And what else happened? Oh, and they picked my sister up, and my sister was irritated because the whole day they kept talking about the girl who got hit by the car and how her legs broke and like all of this stuff. And she was like, no, it didn't, whatever. And I remember being on the phone with my grandpa that day too, and he was like, hey Jayla, how are you? How you feeling? You have anything to tell me? And I remember being like, no. And he was like, so Jayla, you have nothing to tell me? And I was like, no. And then he was like, so you did get hit by a car? And I was like, oh yeah, that. Like, I don't know why I just brushed it off. But I guess when you're a kid, things don't like seem like such a big deal to you or whatever. But I remember that I remember that weekend my teacher had called, and Miss Coley, I think that's what her name was. And she had called to see if I was okay. And then I remember, what else had happened? My teacher had called to see if I was okay. And that Monday, my mom walked me and my sister both to school or whatever. Because, I mean, once your child gets hit by a car, you kind of want to keep an eye on them or whatever. You guys, so just an important message. I always use the crosswalk, man, like, to kids or something like that, or if you're older, make sure you walk by your younger sibling or something, or make sure like the roads are clear or whatever, because in the rain you can't see like that. So it was like, my sister didn't let me get hit by a car. Oh, and then I just will never forget seeing my sister go like this. Like, was this gonna stop me from getting hit by the car? Was that gonna stop me from getting hit by the car? No, it wasn't. So I don't even understand. I guess because you know you don't want to see somebody get hit by the car. I guess she was also in a state of shock or whatever. Because in the movies they run out and save you. My sister straight up said. All right, y'all. But you guys stay blessed out there, and oh yeah, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you check out my latest video. Wait, this is my latest video. Make sure you guys check out my last video and share somebody my latest video. And as always, I'll be back.